It's Monday, it's the start of a brand new week, and yes, there's less stuff here. There's going to be less stuff behind me as well at some point because me and Em are in the process of moving, which is exciting, but it comes with its own pitfalls. But more on that at some point soon. Let's talk about Marvel Contest of Champions news and information. So a little bit of old news and now resolved news. Thanks to Kabam for resolving this. You might have found that your rewards from doing the beta, which is meant to be the 7-star shards, is not, or was not at the time, in your item stash. Well, it was in your item stash, but you couldn't claim it, and there was a bit of an error and a bit of a bug and a bit of a problem with that once. That has since been resolved, so a lot of this kind of broke on about Friday early on, and then by the late time on Friday, Kabam Jackson said that the team was investigating it, and of course from a Thailand aspect it was then put out to the player base, so you should have got that on Friday. So yes, good news for those looking for results, looking for a resolution to that particular issue, and it should be resolved. If you're kind of going like, where is it, and if it's still broken, write a ticket and send it into Kabam. I'm sure they'll sort it out because they sorted out everyone else. Next up, and a warning on scams. It may be something that you see from time to time on, I don't know, Marvel Contest of Champions creators channel, where this particular video will pop up. This is a scam. Right, we're going to go over a bit more on this in a moment, but yeah, I've seen plenty of people reach out and say, Rich, do you know that like, this particular advert is running and it's a Marvel Contest of Champions rated scam? There's nothing that any creator can do about this because it's somebody that specifically has targeted their ad campaign on top of Marvel Contest of Champions videos, which is annoying because it's a very targeted scam and it's a very targeted specific thing. Why is it a scam? The video gives the specifics of loading up a value amount of units, and it kind of like loads onto your channel. As you can see, this is the example in bunny ears. Unfortunately, it then kind of like showcases a channel, not a channel, but an account gaining that high volume of units, which then looks a bit like this. Unfortunately, a lot of people have like clicked on this, which you can see on screen. I'm not showing a lot of this because I just don't want to give that level of, well, ability that you can go and click it and find it. It's just a warning to everybody. If you do see it, it is not legit. Why is it not legit? Because you can get banned. That's it in a nutshell. If you use this, you will be banned. Whereas getting nearly 100,000, 1 million units being something that Kabam have gone, do you know what? That's perfectly normal, and that account can exist and go on its merry way. No, it will be banned. So that's a forewarning to anybody and everybody. Don't click on these things. Do not use them, as you will be banned. Speaking of scams, this is meant to be a legit thing, by the way. So shout out to Brian who sent this through to me and showcased that there was a claim your homecoming Nexus crystal now. Come back stronger, and like you can click on it, claim now by clicking on it, and it takes you back to the game. So when I thought about this, it did make me think that this was, you know, when you haven't played the game for a while and it's like, come back to the game, you're homecoming and come back stronger. I think what this is that, yeah, come back to the game, return back to the game, as opposed to, say, a player like me who plays on a daily basis, other players that play on a daily basis, and it's like, hey, you can claim something for free. I don't think that was the case the more I thought about it. So yeah, have you seen this? Number one, have you seen this? And this, I don't know if this looks like to be on, this is on Instagram, by the way. So number one, have you seen this? Number two, have you tried to claim it? And the third thing is, did you think or expect this to be that this is the come back to the game type? I may be wrong, but to me it looks like the come back to the game kind of event. But I don't know, thoughts in the comments about this. And as I said, have you seen this? Have you clicked on it? Have you had a different result? Has this been very much a come back to the game type experience or event that you thought was going to be? Thoughts about that in the comments. Very weird one right there. Next up, and try to get yourself a Thanos. Look, for a lot of people, the banquet event is a rare opportunity to get a Thanos. In other types of places, yes, you can get a selector, get a Thanos, blah, 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 blah. But if you have been unlucky to get a Thanos, and let's face it, if you got the option to choose between something like Jessica Jones, Weapon X, and a Vision, and then Thanos, and you're gonna go with the other ones. You know, you're gonna forget Kang and you're gonna forget Thanos. But at least this might give a slim opportunity to players to pick up something, whether or not you go for a lesser version of the crystal. So if you go into game and pick the lower crystal, because I think can you do like a Cavalier crystal? Or something you can choose. I think you can choose like your so you can either do a collector's, or you can buy a collector's. Sorry, oh, that's pretty expensive, 100 units a time. But you can get the Cavalier one, and I can give a 3-star version. So you get a 3-star version of Thanos, 4-star, 5-star, upwards of 6-star version of Thanos. It's not a guarantee, you just get a chance to do it. But it could be quite interesting for a lot of players looking to get something for the very first time that they've been unfortunate in getting. So look, something interesting to point out, something cool that you may be collecting. For others, can you use Thanos about the place? Not so much. That's why Kabam are doing the Deathless Thanos, something you can chase as a thing. So yeah, there's a thing, you know what I mean? Now, before we do arena results, I want to talk about people being triggered. Yes, Kabam infringes on freedom of speech. Unfortunately, freedom of speech is the freedom to be rude, negative, oppressive, discriminative, and stuff that's not even close to banter. Look, it's out there. Yes, there's an event on at the moment. An event that every year, or whenever it is, just seems to trigger people. Like, I don't understand the level of... I don't know, I think people allow things to live in their head rent-free. If you are those type of people that everything irks you, or something irks you to a point of you're just so angry for some reason, then you won't get far in life. Like, you've got to just kind of go with the flow of life. And if you don't learn to do that, then guess what? Do you know what? Life is actually pretty darn good. Existence is good. And also tolerance. And, well, working with your fellow man, understanding your fellow man or woman, is just such a kind of important thing to existence, which I think we've lost along the way when it comes to humanity. Especially when you see stuff like this. You know, Adam was meant for Eve, not for Steve. Well, actually, nowadays, it's Adam, Eve, and Steve. They're having a spit roast tomorrow. You should come. I just want to end this segment by just referencing this. Wicket says, and I like this, my biggest rule of life is if it makes you happy and doesn't hurt anybody, do it. Sexuality falls firmly into this category. I just wish people would realise it doesn't hurt them. Yeah, look, we had, I've still got a friend that is gay. He's actually getting married in 2 months' time. And when we like hang out, which I saw him, I think it was about 3 weeks ago, and I'm actually seeing him in 2 weeks' time with a lot of us. We're going to see Peter Kay. We talk about comedy, we talk about TV shows that we loved growing up, we talk about restaurants, food, you know, TV shows, holidays, you name it. We talk about stuff and we just kind of get on, because guess what? Relationships don't really come up in conversation. What we've been doing behind closed doors doesn't come up in conversation. We bond on things that we like. And the same thing with, like, look, I would probably have a conversation with somebody, and the first thing wouldn't be, I'd be questioning sexuality. It will be about engaging with a person on a personal level. And that's it. Like, that's it in a nutshell. That's why I find it weird that people get triggered so much about it. Just go, it's an event. It's a thing. And we move on with our lives. And we don't get angry. Because why should we be angry? We should be happy. We're existing. We're all sperms that won. Say something profound, then lower the tone. Good job, Rich. Right, arena results time. So the results for Silver Sable and Magneto are as follows. You got position 91 with Silver Sable, looking at 91. That's 153 mil to get that position 91. And then right down towards the end points of hitting that 6-star mark, 99.2 mil. It's a little bit lower than normal, but it's should be fine. 1% to 5%, 26.5 mils, the lowest you need to put in to get that. And then Magneto, we're looking at 277 position, 17.5 mils, you can see on screen. And about 13 mils getting position 499, so just missing out right there. So it would have been a very close one, I think. Definitely putting around that 16 mil, 17 mil mark. Predictions wise, round 2. Let's go with 118 mil for Silver Sable, that's a 6-star, 26 mil for the 5-star version of Silver Sable, 16 mil for the 6-star version of Magneto, 10 mil for the 5-star version of Magneto. Those are your predictions. That's been the show. Thank you for watching. Check out some other content located on screen and some more stuff that we'll be talking about later on today. So yeah, busy day because the update goes live. Alright, bye. Bye.